When receiving feels uncomfortable, sometimes the answer arrives before your mind knows how to recognize it. Before we begin this audio essay, I would like to remind everybody that the Resonance Container is a reader supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, please becoming a free or paid subscriber. Sometimes receiving doesn't feel magical. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. When everything you've been asking for starts coming through, will you be able to notice it? Will you be able to receive it? If you've been walking the path as though you already are the thing, or if you've acquired the level of consciousness required to match what you're calling in, then you should begin to recognize where your blessings are arriving. At first, it can feel like getting your sea legs. And for those of you listening, I have sea legs spelled SEE, not SEA. And I say this as a play on words because when we become a match for what we desire, we begin to see our manifestations. If we're still operating from the old self, we often can't see them at all. So, get it? Sea legs? Haha. Anyone? No? Okay. So, when the mind has been conditioned to old expectations, receiving our desires can feel strangely uncomfortable. Wait, I'm being seen for who I am? Wait, I'm being met? Wait, this is actually working out? What? That's often how change first appears in the external world. This is why it can be so powerful to go back and read journal entries from weeks or even months ago. Okay, so I wrote down my desires. Check. I took action. Check. I let go. Check. I surrendered and trusted. Check. I trusted more and more. I kept taking action with no immediate feedback. Even when I wanted to quit, I kept following the passion. And I trust. And then here it is. So, why wasn't it some huge ta-da moment? That isn't to say that things can't happen overnight. They absolutely can. But if we've been operating from an old identity for most of our lives and we're actively healing that identity, it often takes time to process life and act from the new self. I didn't start acting as the new self immediately. I was sent tests over and over again to see if I truly was who I said I had become. And since studying Kabbalah, I've begun to understand this process more deeply. We build our vessel to hold the light of the Creator. For me, it took many tests and unwavering certainty to fill the holes in that vessel so I could hold my manifestations and begin seeing miracles in my life. We pass these tests by how we respond to life. Because if I continue responding the way I always have, I'm signaling that I'm still available for the old reality. We can affirm beliefs, write them down, repeat them, even mentally believe them. But if we do not embody those beliefs through action and response, our vessel will not attune to what is trying to reach us. We may remain unable to see our blessings. Now that I've continued responding to life from a different set of beliefs over and over again, I'm beginning to see things shift. Honestly, it's created an almost humorous level of cognitive dissonance, but it also means something greater for the long term. Now that I'm moving through the tail end of heavy resistance and friction and slowly seeing the shifts happen, I feel excited. Because if I'm finally operating from this level of certainty, my expectations will begin to shift faster. And when expectations shift faster, so does reality. And which means results can begin arriving faster too. The manifestation industry has many people confused, not because all of the information is false. it definitely contains truth, but because transformation is often sold as instant. And while rapid shifts do happen, I personally don't believe many core beliefs change overnight. Maybe once someone reaches a certain level of embodiment, quick shifts become easier. But depending on your starting point, there is often a lag. And it is our job to nurture that lag time with trust, action, and steadiness, not neediness. That is where the real change happens. Over time, that nurturing changes identity. Identity changes expectation. Expectation changes what we allow ourselves to receive. And eventually, we become the person who lives inside the ta-da moments. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this audio essay. If you're in a season of becoming and learning how to receive what once felt out of reach, you're invited deeper. I now have a free online community for ongoing reflection called the Resonance Container Community. In this community, I offer you all journaling prompts and a weekly in-depth tarot reading. Just so we all can come together, learn a little bit about the energies that are going on, and I give you all a little bit of guidance to carry you on throughout your week. If you're interested in upgrading for deeper teachings in private audio, I recommend you subscribe to my pay tier of Substack, or you can join the waitlist for my upcoming premium group container called the Resonance Alchemy Container. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you next time.